Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Stay Together. So today's topic is going to be, I've been thinking real hard and long. I know it's kind of early, but it's something that's really been bothering me that I really want to talk about today. So today the topic is going to be stay on top of your children or you. Yes. I know you like Ariel. Yes, stay on top of your youth. What I mean by that, it saddens me. I go to my kids' schools, and how is it that I'm getting all these teachers and schools telling me that, I'm a great parent for going there for my child and doing something that every parent's supposed to do for their child anyway. Which I appreciate them telling me how good of a parent I am. So I don't want y'all to get it twisted. I really appreciate that. It just saddens me that, no other parent is doing that. I would have thought this was something that all parents would do anyway. So I just want to say to the parents, stay on top of your youth. I know our kids, they become teenagers. They get on your nerves. Trust me. I got 2 teenagers. They get on my nerves all the time. But that don't mean nothing. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I'm still their parent. And so with that being said, I still have to be there for my children. I don't care what they go through. I don't care what they doing out here in these streets or whatever. I'm mama first. I'm not your friend. I'm not trying to play your friend. I play mama first. And this is my son right here. This is Delvante.
I play daddy first. I play daddy first.
So with that being said, I play mama first. My youth already know.
You play cousin first.
Delvante. Yeah, I play mama first. Y'all plays no games. So what I mean by that is, stop letting your children do stuff that you already know they ain't supposed to be doing. Y'all out here doing everything with these children. I'm not the best parent. I know I got stuff to be worked on. So let me say that first and foremost. Because I don't want nobody like, well, Ariel, it's probably stuff you got to be worked on too. Trust and believe, I know it's stuff that I need to work on as a parent. So we going to get that out the way. But one thing I'm never going to do is play the friend role. I could be a friend if they want me to be their friend, but I'm parent first and foremost. Meaning that I'm not about to sit up here and smoke with no kids. I'm not about to sit up here and do nothing with these kids and let these kids be out of line. For one, kids are supposed to be in a room. If you in here and you having all the adults in one room, kids should be in another room. Kids shouldn't even be in a room with the parent. I know y'all like Ariel. You preaching. I'm not trying to preach for real. I'm just letting y'all know, like, it's just getting out of hand. When I go to the school and these teachers are hugging me and they're going there ready to cry because a parent came up there to check on their child and they finally was able to reach a parent, that's crazy. That is real. It saddens me. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, you can wake up every morning and you can post for Facebook to make sure you get them 300 likes, to make sure you go to the City Trend or whatever stores y'all going to the mall and, all that, and to make sure y'all get these likes on Facebook, but you can't go to your child's school and check on your kid? Seriously? Make that make sense. Ain't that y'all model man make it make sense? Well, tell me how's that making sense that you can be on Facebook every day, all day, but you can't go up to your child's school and check on your kid? That makes no sense to me. Secondly, I don't care what your child do. Stop giving up on these youth. Like, I hear so many parents like, oh, he just did so much. I'm tired of him. He did this. I wash my hands of him. One, you're a parent. A true parent don't wash their hands on no kids. I don't care. That's your child. We don't wash hands on kids. That's not what parenting does. That's not what parenting does. If you didn't wash your hands on a child and your child out here getting in trouble, blame yourself. Yep, I said it. Blame yourself. Now, I ain't gonna even lie. My son, he'd have been in trouble with the law and all that, but guess what? He'd have had to sneak and do everything. He is a child. He a teenager. Ain't no child perfect. So I'm not going to sit up here and say just because you be on him, your child going to be perfect. No. But guess what? He's going to know, and he's going to have respect for me as his parent, and he's going to have respect, period, when I come around. Now, he do stuff, but best believe I get him in check. And he know when I go up to that school, they even know. When you go up to that school, he's going to be respectful. All that. I'm not playing them games. So, when I walk up to them schools and anytime he did this and that, I check them right then and there in front of school. I'm not checking the teachers. I'm not coming up there doing all that. First of all, I'm going to check my own child. And then if they need to be checked, I will not. I hate that word. I'm not checking no teachers. I will talk and communicate with the teachers how I'm feeling. Because that's the problem. We need to get out of this checking. You ain't checking no teachers. And that ain't what you going to the school for. You going to school to figure out what's going on with your son and them. And then get to the bottom line. And then y'all supposed to become together as one. And displaying a child together. Oh, look at my brows, honey. I told y'all I love myself, so it don't even matter. But, you know, and with that being said, you know, all this, you know, making sure you go up there. Yeah, you want to have your child back. Yeah, you want to have your child back. But first and foremost, you want to make sure they being respectful, you know, and they doing what they supposed to be doing. You a parent first, friend, if you can be. I don't, you know, I tell my kids all the time, we can be friends, but I ain't here to be a friend. I'm here to be a parent first, friend if we can be. You know, I ain't not that parent that's up there going up to your school and want to make sure, you know, I'm checking in for you to be like, oh, big bad wolf at school. No. I'm going to school to make sure my kids doing their job and they ain't disrespecting no teachers. And then, like I tell my kids, I don't care what the teachers say to you. They grown. Do what they tell you to do. And if you feel like they're disrespecting you, you come and tell me and I'll check them. And that's how it's supposed to be. You know, it take a village to raise a child, and we done let that go. That done fell all the way off. You know, it takes a village. What happened to, I mean, when I was young, you know, I couldn't even cuss. I couldn't do nothing. You know, growing up, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't mess up on the street corner and cuss or do anything for that matter. They was telling the grandparents and everything. You know, they was checking you, then your grandparents checked you, then your mama checked you, then your aunt checked you. You just had everybody checking you. Where you knew, like, okay, well, Miss such and such right there, I ain't about to do nothing. You know, we had to sneak. These kids, they ain't got no respect. You know, because the parents gonna cuss you out for checking their kids for being disrespectful. It's crazy. You don't even want to say nothing to a child. You can see a child being rude and disrespectful. You don't want to say nothing to them because you don't even want the drama. You know, so when the times come to where you more focused on being a child friend than being a parent. I mean, it's evident. Look at these kids, they rude. They got an I don't care attitude. You know, and they grades alone it shows. You know, and then all this online. You know, I ain't gonna let my kids online. You know, but it's hard to not have them online with all this stuff set up. You know, it's crazy, but you gotta monitor that stuff. They be online, monitor it. You know, the best way you can. Because my kids still do stuff. I ain't saying they ain't, but I monitor it the best way I can. They gonna have to sneak like I had to sneak. They ain't about to do nothing in my face. And I ain't trying to be no friend. I'll be a friend if we can be. But I'm the parent first. And I know a lot of y'all out there like just looking like, oh, Ariel, you just went on a rampage. I'm sorry. But that really just make me mad how I see these parents is more focused on being a child friend than a parent. How's your child got on $250 pair of shoes or whatever, but they got straight F's in school? Make that make sense. You know, how is it your child out every day, all day, outside, but they failing in school again? Make it make sense. You know what I mean? So that's all my motto is, you know, just stay on top of your youth, man. They need us. They need us more than anything. And to the fathers out there, if I can say anything, man, stay on top of your son. Be there. Be there. How you playing stepdaddy, but you ain't a daddy? You know that? What? You want a stepdaddy of the year award? Make that make sense. And to you women that's out there letting them do that. I don't know no real woman that's going to let a man play stepdaddy to her child knowing he got real kids. Come on now. I want to know, nah, go get your baby. Nah, we doing this together. You don't want to go get your baby, then we ain't in this. We ain't doing this. You know? So, I know I've been on here almost, 9 minutes, so I'm about to, wrap it up, whatever they call it. I don't have no log or nothing I go by. I just start talking when I get on here. Whatever I think about, I just go on it because it saddens me, man. So many kids out here being disrespectful. They cuss in your face. They roll up in your face. They doing whatever. The girls, everybody want just doing everybody. It's crazy. These kids don't see nothing wrong with it. And the parents don't either. That's what's crazy. Your school call you answer. Go check up on your child at the school. See how they doing. Be there for your child. I know I could be there, more. But at least I'm there. Some of y'all ain't even there. So my message today is stay on top of your youth, man. They need us. Until next time, on Let's Stay Together.